Level up your gaming experience with this cool RGB desktop mic. Let's check it out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm checking out this. This is the Tonor TC310 USB gaming microphone, and as you can see, it's pretty darn cool looking. But it also actually picks up sound really well, and it's way more affordable than you think it is. This really will level up your gaming or general computing experience. We all spend a lot of time talking to people on our computers. This is going to make you sound better. Now, has a 96 kilohertz sampling rate, 50 to 20,000 hertz at minus 40 dB plus or minus 3. It's a cardioid condenser microphone. I know, all the specs and everything. More fun is this RGB, and there's a button on the front. You can actually change RGB modes. You can see that here, and change colors if you have a favorite. It can just stay on that color. You can even adjust how bright it is. And if you really want, you can push and hold, and you can turn off the RGB feature at all. Honestly, I don't know why you would do that. I think it's really cool. Let's see if I can get back to that multicolor. There we go. That's my favorite. And it has this P or pop shield or filter. And the idea of that is if you're really close to your mic and you're making a lot of popping P sounds, this will actually make you sound a little better. If you don't like it, take it off, which is easy enough. On the top, there's a quick mute, and you can see it turns red to tell you that the microphone's no longer picking up what you're saying. That's pretty darn important when you're talking to someone off game. The top also has a dial that gives you adjustable gain, which is sort of like input volume control. And let's see what else can I tell you. There's a shock mount. You can see in this close-up that the microphone's actually sort of suspended in this ring. And the idea of that is that if you're typing on your computer at the same time, then it's less likely to pick up all of that sound, because you really want it to just pick up the sound you're saying. Now, I know you don't want to hear specs, you don't want to see close-ups, you want to hear the microphone. So, just happen to have my Mac here, so I'm going to go and let's go ahead and start a screen recording. Here's voice memos, and now I'll double check that my input is the microphone. So I can do that in system settings. Sorry, there's a little bit of fiddling here, but sound, input, Tonor microphone. So that all looks good. So then now what you're hearing is my voice as picked up by the Tonor microphone. And I'm going to move it just a little bit so that it's pointing in the right direction. And you can hear it sounds really good. Now let's play with the gain a little bit, because if I turn the gain all the way up, then I'm giving it the maximum signal, but there's sometimes a little clipping. So usually you want to set it down a little bit. And if I set the gain to, so let's get that back up. I would say turn it all the way up and then go back about like 20% or so. And then just to demonstrate, you can't hear me when I'm on mute. Perfectly reasonable. So that's really how it works. It's really not very hard. Just make sure you've selected the right input device. And on a Mac or a PC, it is plug and play, no extra drivers, no hassle or anything. In fact, let me just stop this recording. And really, that's like my whole demo right there. I think that there's a lot to like here. And when I tell you the price, you're going to be like, oh, wow, that's actually pretty cool. So suffice to say, I've given you all the specs and everything. I've shown you the different lighting modes. It works with PC and Mac and a PlayStation 4 and a PlayStation 5. It's about 9 inches tall, 6 inches wide somewhere. I'm not sure where that is. 4 inches. Those are the dimensions they give you, but it actually is pretty compact. And the tripod, all of it actually is contained in the unit. So what you buy is you buy everything and it's all ready to go, and all you have to do, and here's a tip for people that are saying it doesn't balance well, is spread the legs all the way and then make sure you push it underneath a little bit and then adjust the microphone to where you want it, and now you're good to go, and it's well balanced. So I have had no problem with any of that. It hasn't fallen over once other than when I knocked it, and that's kind of how these work. So really lots to like here. The RGB colors are super fun, and it actually does a really nice job with voice. So it's definitely one to check out. But we do need to talk about the price. Before I get to the price, I'm going to invite you to go ahead and click on that button and subscribe to my channel. Really appreciate when you do that. Cool. This is the Tonor TC310 USB gaming microphone, and it's $29.99, currently minus $5. They have a digital coupon at Amazon.com. For $24.99, this is a real level up sort of piece of audio equipment that can really change your gaming and just your general computing experience. Definitely one to check out. I'm going to go back to using it myself, so I'll have to catch you in my next video.